All right, thank you for staying with us. The conversation this morning is based on politics, alignment and realignment, and the old guard, the old brigade, with a bit of the mix, finding their way and aligning towards the 2027 election. Now, the election is still, not this year, actually. It's still over a year from now. That will be in 2027. This is 2026 January. But then, in the past 12 months or thereabout, there have been calls, for a credible opposition in Nigeria. I'm talking about political opposition now because the APC has been holding sway and they are getting members, governors joining them, senators, House of Reps members. Everybody's trooping to the APC. In fact, the latest is the governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mutfwang, who has promised before that he would never, he's a member of the PDP. There was a time he said he's under pressure to join the APC and that, he was standing and staying put where he was. But today, by the way, yesterday he resigned his membership of the PDP. Today, he will be officially joining the APC. And now you can say maybe three governors are the ones remaining in by virtue of what we have. Maybe Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, Sheyi Makinde in the entire southern part of the country, and Governor Dauda Lawal of, I think, Zamfara. These are virtually the remaining governors of the PDP as at this time. Now, coalition is not new in Nigerian politics. In fact, that was what brought in the APC when they had, the new PDP at the time. Those governors of the new PDP, the Saraki, the Oshiomole, of those, at that time, joining the AD camp, the ACN camp, led by Shiwaju, the CPC bloc, led by the late Muhammadu Buhari, and they came together, to form the APC. And they got power at the national level in 2015, and they have been ruling since then. And some have come together to say we can't allow this to be. And which platform shall they use? Many platforms were muted. Finally, they came with the option of the ADC, the African Democratic Congress. And of course, it was brought back to life. And, former military governor and former Senate President David Mark was chosen to be the chairman, acting chairman. Rauf Arabweshala, former commissioner in Lagos State, former governor of Osun State, and former minister, interior minister, was chosen as the national secretary in acting position, and they have been trying to galvanize themselves. Now, there are some persons who are always fraternizing with them at the time. One of them is Peter Obi. And finally, 31st of December, Mr. Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State, business mogul, and former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has joined the ADC. And it didn't just go. Some serving national officials were there with him as well, talking about Eyinaya Baribe, Senator Victor Ume, and other persons. And they are saying their aim is to rescue Nigeria from the grasp of those in charge right now. Let's allow you to take a listen.
Of 2025. So we are ending this year with a hope that in 2026, we will begin a journey of rescue of our country. For proper socio-economic development that will be unifying and inclusive. We have all watched those who benefited from our democracy sometime now become accessories to destroying our democracy, either through coercion and gangsterism against the opposition. We cannot allow this to happen. We will resist it. We've now seen people who benefited in our democracy be part of celebrating electoral fraud publicly. And we are saying that those who are planning to rig an election in Nigeria come 2027 We will resist it by every means lawful and legitimate. And we are urging this happen because we have weak institutions like INEC, which we are urging them in the coming election. We must do whatever it is to follow the rules and the regulation, starting by educational qualification for eligibility to sit for any election. We can no longer be where they're asking whether this person went to school or not. We have 1 year now to determine who went to school and who didn't go to school. We have 1 year now for people to tell us the school they attended. And when they left those schools, we don't want it to be something we go to court after election. They say it's pre-election matter. We have pre-election situation now to verify everybody who wants to contest the election for Nigeria. And we must follow that. Our commitment is about Nigeria. In all my touring and everything, we are committed to a better Nigeria, and we found all the studies that we have followed religiously, and I'm going to mention a few, to tell you why it is important what we are doing here today and why we must follow it and know that two things are...
All right, that was Peter Obi, former LP presidential candidate just 2 years ago. He's now a member of the African Democratic Congress, ADC. And for some, they will say, Obi has had his time from ABGA to the PDP, to the Labour Party, now to the ADC. By the way, he wasn't the only one at that meeting. Just like I said, some senators were at that place, former governors as well, current serving House of Reps members, and all of those persons, they were there. Rotimi Amechi, Nasir Al-Rufai, you can see on that particular lineup. Now, we are being joined by a public affairs analyst, the Director-General of the Heritage Center, and of course, a politician, Dr. Katch Onanuju, joins us virtually. Doctor, good morning and Happy New Year. All right, we'll try and reconnect. We apologize for that glitch. Try and reconnect with Dr. Katch. Right, because it's important that we'll lay it there at that, declaration of Peter Obi, his defection to be part of the ADC, where he defected from the LP to the ADC. Emeka Hiediwa, was there. The senators Ben Obi, Victor Ume, Tony Nwoye, Gilbert Inaje, Ivonyema Ogochukwu, Eyinaya Baribe, Senator Sam Ego, as well as several other senators and members of the House of Representatives. Here we are.
It's an interesting time, and you know that what we are seeing is a collection of the Southeast geopolitical, zone moving. We just might be seeing a time where the Southerners, from the Southeast now, the Easterners now, yes, where they're really, really making consolidations and making good on it to further push, the Eastern idea to get to that seat that they have not been privileged to be since the advent of democracy and the democracy that we see in this time since this. We just see that the country is shifting, politically speaking. 2025 was a year where we saw lots of realignments, friends falling out, different parties, becoming fractured and having splinter factions within the same party. We're beginning to see how interesting this plays out. If we're going to have, that first, Easterner flying the ticket and probably even getting?
Well, it is what it is. But one would say this is not the first time a Southeasterner, actually, an Igbo man, to say, them by the name, will have been candidate of a party. Odumegwu Ojukwu, was the candidate of I think Africa, actually, at that time, and definitely wasn't elected. So maybe some have accused some politicians from that side of playing regional politics.
Yeah.
Now, that's why some of them are saying, come to the mainstream. And you have some of them joining APC, and, Ben Carlo is the deputy reps speaker, actually.
That's the best to do.
Well, at this time, and many of them have been making that call to say, please come to the mainstream. We understand Dr. Katch Onanuju is back. Dr. Katch, good morning.
Good morning. I can hear you.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. We lost the connection for a moment there. You've heard your friend, Peter Obi, finally a speech is spent with the ADC, and some will say quite a journey has had from the PDP, which all of you were at some point, to APGA, or the APGA to the PDP, PDP to Labour Party, now to the ADC. What a journey he has had. And I remember we spoke to you on this program to say, what do you make of the position of the ADC when they came together? And you said maybe it's just a rallying point or galvanizing point. The point is to strengthen whatever is the meaning of the PDP. But right now, the PDP is totally decimated. And it seems the ADC is where some of those persons, including your friend Peter Obi, has decided, Eyinaya Baribe, your good person, and all of these guys are pitched their tent with the ADC right now. Do you find that surprising? Because you discountenance ADC at some point. Dr. Katch.
Yes, I still hold my views. That's why you saw Peter has gone there. I supported Peter. We built a movement, and that movement is for Peter to run for president. I still hold in my heart Peter is running for president. If any day, any platform, any party announces Peter Obi as its vice presidential candidate, you will not have my support for such a platform. So I can tell you this is where we are. It has been a conspiracy of factors to have undermined Nigeria's political progress, getting us to where we are right now. And whatever that is, I am simply watching like other people. I support Peter Obi as presidential candidate going into Nigerian election. I will not, and I repeat, support Peter Obi as a vice presidential candidate of any party. So that's why what's going on, we are watching. I and millions who are with him are watching, because fundamentally the issue has not changed. We were together in the PDP. We zoned in 2019 to the north. Atiku Abubakar got the zoning ticket. Peter ran with him as a vice presidential candidate. When he got, after 8 years, and it was our turn to enjoy the zoning, Atiku got people and they refused. That's why Peter is not present today. And then you had all the acrobatic and everything that went on. Today, the Nigerian political acrobatics have made sure that there are no platforms for anybody to contest in. You can see how, together with the engineering with the president administration, the PDP has become comatose. And of course, that is giving a lot to the antics and machinations of Atiku Abubakar. He helped to kill the PDP. So now that we are being told that Peter has decided to work with him, we are watching. We are watching, and you can see some of the people who followed him in the declaration, these are PDP members who supported Atiku Abubakar in 2023 and has become irrelevant politically. So if they think following Peter is the story, we will not follow Peter if Peter doesn't get the presidential ticket. And that's where we stand, and that's what we're expressing, and that is what I am reiterating. I wish him well, and I support him, but I'm watching from the sideline, like Papi Tomi and other members of our league.
Well,
yes.
Dr. Katch, you've been saying we will not support Peter. Who are the we? You're going to answer that, you know, together with this. You can see that that's...
we are the group. We are the group. We are the group of Nigerians who supported them as presidential candidate of the Labour Party. And we still believe that he could be the best president that Nigeria is yet to have. And we are still committed to that cause of supporting him to become president. If this alliance he has joined doesn't give him the ticket, we will not support ADC.
All right. You can see that it's a mass movement of the Southeast geopolitical zone leaders. Do you see these as an era where we are seeing a strategic move by the Southeastern leaders to actually grab this ticket? Do you see Peter Obi grabbing the ticket and other leaders in the ADC dropping Atiku for Obi?
Did you hear the question, Dr. Katch? Okay, we'll try.
I think you are wrong in the way you coined in that question.
Okay.
I don't think that you've coined the question well. I will want to say, I can hear you. I'm here with you. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay. I think I'm telling you now, you are wrong. You are wrong in the way you're coining the question. Peter Obi joined alongside some politicians of the PDP who were Atiku Abubakar supporters in 2023. Those are not political leaders of the Southeast, okay? The Southeast now has a lot of diverse leadership, and I want you to understand that. So, no. Apart from Senator Abaribe, no other person of note was on that place, and that was understandable that Abaribe is coming to say, let me support Peter, and I thank him, okay? Let him do that, and I support Abaribe. But don't call those other people who washed out people, who were members of the PDP, who did not support Peter Obi in 2023. We are the ones who supported them. And they have seen what he could be with the people's support. So that they have now come back after they have been thoroughly trashed and now want to follow Peter Obi as we did in 2023. That's after the fact. What we are telling you is we who propelled him to such political strength in 2023 are watching and will not support the ADC if ADC doesn't give him the ticket. That is what we are saying.
All right,
we who supported him in 2023, that's what we're saying.
All right.
We are watching. If they don't give him the ticket, because nothing has changed, Atiku Abubakar has to allow a Christian from the South to have access to the ticket. If they want to undermine our chance at the presidency, we will not support their platform. That's what we're saying. But we support Peter Obi, and we're with him 100%, but would not support any platform that makes him a vice presidential candidate. That is the message, and this message is all over the place. Of course, we're the ones who campaign, we're the ones who move. So when you're...
Dr. Katch, are you there?
In the connection.
Well, that's a very interesting thing Dr. Katch had there. I mean, we heard the names of the leaders. They're Southeasterners. I mean, are they no longer leaders of the South, of the
Well,
Southeast, because politically,
leader of
because,
that was
so that's what I was saying. Are they no more leaders because they did not support, or we're talking about the what now, or they're not worthy to be called leaders of the Southeast?
Well,
I mean, we need to clarify that.
Yeah. And of course, in that lineup, we had the former governor, Samigu was former governor of Ebonyi State. Okay, we'll try and reconnect. Let's go on this break. We'll make a return. Stay with us.